Good morning everybody, and welcome to another video from Tool Travels. And yes, I said good morning. I know it looks like night time. It's actually 9:20 a.m. Anyway, today we're going inside the beautiful Galleria shopping center again, but this time we're going to be going into the supermarket. So I've been hearing some things about inflation, okay? And we're gonna go inside the supermarket and see how prices have changed compared to when I last made a supermarket video, which was, I don't know, last summer, last winter. Let's go. All right, everybody, so I had to come down to the car park entrance because the main entrance isn't open yet. So here we are, the Pere Krestorok supermarket. So this is a middle class supermarket, okay? And it's pretty decent. I've been in here before. Let's go inside. Now, I apologize if I'm a bit sniffy today, but I'm still feeling a little bit under the weather. And I'm a bit tired as well this morning because I had a noisy neighbor in my hotel last night. All right, everybody. So the supermarket is very empty this morning, which is good. So let's have a look around. Now, at the bread aisle. You can see there's not much bread available this morning. They haven't put it out yet. Let's look at the prices. I see in Russia they do that thing these days where they give you half a loaf of bread instead of a full loaf of bread. Look, a lot of these little half loaves or mini loaves. Okay, that one's a big one there. But let's look at the prices. And remember, everybody, one British pound is 115 rubles approximately. So €1 is probably exactly 100, I would say. So you can see here, a loaf of this bread is about 50 euro cents. It's very lightweight stuff, so not such good quality. Now, one thing I've noticed in the supermarket, everybody, is a lot of the time the prices don't line up with the product, so it's really annoying. So we'll probably see many examples of that as we go around. More bread over here, everybody. Oh look, we got a little cafe in here. I've always been suspicious of these cafes in supermarkets, because my idea is that when they have some leftover meat, you know, maybe they found some on the floor or whatever, then they take it to the cafe and turn it into a pizza. There we go. Well, the pizza didn't look too bad. You can stop here for a martini as well. Slice of pizza and a martini. Sandwiches, cakes. Oh, these cakes look good. Now, unfortunately, Tool Travels can't eat cakes because I don't eat chocolate. I can't have cream or milk products because I'm lactose intolerant. So really, I don't eat anything sweet. I have a little bit of sugar in my coffee, like half a spoon of sugar in my black coffee in the morning, but that's about it. There we go. Russians aren't that much into sandwiches like British people are. So over there you can see some microwaves. So what you can do is buy some food from the delicatessen, which is just around the corner, and then you can come here, heat it up and eat it, which is a good thing, which is, I don't think, is very popular or very common in the UK. I don't know. So yeah, we've got loads of other breads here. I think that's garlic bread. I don't know why people like garlic bread, but there you go. Oh, this is very famous in Russia. It's a little hot dog inside a bun. I suppose it's the equivalent of a sausage roll in Greggs in the UK. So, yeah, there's a name, sosiska it's called. I don't know why they do things in grams. Look, 100 grams. I'll have 125 grams of sosiska, please. Lots more cakes. That's not bad, look, 140 rubles for a little bottle of wine, or 230 rubles for that one. And this is what they call like Soviet champagne. It's officially called champagne, but obviously it's not, because it's 273 rubles. Oh, we got some Japanese drink here, Jinro green grape. Looks like it came from Fukushima. Martini. About 10 quid for a bottle of martini, rosé. Chocolates here, everybody, pick and mix. Again, no emotion for me looking at chocolate because I don't eat it. Right, let's keep looking around. More chocolate here, everybody. I don't think in the UK you would be allowed to put black people's face on chocolate, saying like 80% cocoa or something like that. I'm sure, you know, somebody would get offended. Got Milka there. I suppose maybe that I could have some, you know, high cocoa chocolate and I'll probably be okay. It's just the milk and chocolate gives me the problem. But maybe I'll risk it one day. More sweets and chocolate here. And here, I think Russians like sweet things, to be honest, because I've been going to this lunch buffet in a hotel, and I see the Russian people there, and they're piling cakes onto their plates. Like they're eating 5 or 6 cakes for lunch, which is unimaginable for me. More like croissants and cakes here. These mini croissants, they're popular in Serbia. Raffaello. This is a very famous chocolate in Russia. Alonka. That baby's face is iconic in this country. Got some tea here, look. Now, even though British are famous for tea, I think Russian people do tea more seriously. They have a really big range of tea, and if you go to a cafe, you can order all sorts of like amazing teas. They have big pots of fruit tea, green tea, every flavour you can imagine. So maybe Russia is more of a tea drinking country than the UK, to be honest. But one thing that Russians don't do is put milk in their tea. And in the UK we say tea without milk is not civilized behaviour. But we're only joking, of course, it's not serious. Some old saying. I got this trolley with me today, everybody, but I've no intention of actually buying anything. Oh look, Mummy's cake. Anyway, let's try and go around the supermarket in a semi-methodical manner. Now, the biggest foreigner group, I would say, in Russia coming here as tourists would be the Chinese. I'm seeing a lot of Chinese people in St. Petersburg. I quite often see them going down Nevsky Street, live streaming. So it's no wonder that the supermarkets are catering to this ever burgeoning amount of Chinese with some Chinese type food. I don't know what it all is. Sauces there. Seafood here. Now, I'm sure you've been paying attention to all the prices as we've been looking around so far, and you'll see that they're pretty cheap, probably compared to your country. So they have salmon in Russia, but they also have farel, and farel, I believe, is trout, which is a bit cheaper than salmon, but it tastes good. So for 240 rubles there, you can have some trout. Fischburgen. Now, one thing that's annoying in Russia, and it's also in the UK, is they have this crap where you can only get it for 240 rubles if you have a card. Otherwise, you have to pay 320 rubles, which is a massive difference. So you need a card if you go to these supermarkets. And I don't like this because your supermarket card is linked to your phone number is linked to your passport, so they know exactly all about your eating habits. So yeah, maybe in the future they'll be looking at all our food purchasing habits and the carbon emissions of the food that we're eating, and we're going to be punished for our choices. So I don't like it one little bit. Here we got carrots, everybody. We got the Bugs Bunny style carrots with the mud on them here, which is reassuring to see. In Western Europe, they're often those fake looking things. Spuds. How much is it for spuds? 30 rubles for a kilogram of spuds. That sounds right, doesn't it? Unless, if you have the card, of course, then you're going to be... Otherwise, you're going to be ripped off for your spuds. Nuts. Well, a very good range of nuts we have here. My favourite are walnuts. Tempted to buy some today, actually. So, no sign of sanctions in the fruit section. These tomatoes look good, look. Very red colour. Apples galore. Now we're in the proper tea and coffee section, and look how much tea there is, everybody. Tea galore. I think this Greenfield is an international brand of tea. Ahmad tea from London. So look at all these different teas. Milk oolong, I've never bloody heard of it. Richard tea. Richard! Sounds very English. I got everything here. There's some very interesting ones. Sri Lanka tea there. What is that? Very interesting. Живой вкус. And on this side of the aisle, everybody, we've got the coffee. Now, I'm not sure how these prices compare to the UK, because I don't drink too much instant coffee, to be honest. I prefer, when I'm at home in England, to have the Serbian style coffee. Yeah, so the prices look alright. Again, a very good range of coffees. When I have instant coffee, I normally have this one. It's pretty good, Carte Noire. Actually, I don't think this is instant. Now, if you want to know the source of Tall Travels' power as a YouTuber, then it's breakfast. And every single morning, or almost every single morning, I have porridge. So I normally go for this one, but look, it's getting a bit expensive. 260 rubles for only half a kilogram. So every morning I have porridge, 3 or 4 eggs, toast, banana and coffee. That's my breakfast every day. Oh, last time I had this one and it was absolutely fine. Scandi. Only 130 rubles, so that's absolutely alright. Yeah, mueslis I haven't had for a long time, and I definitely don't eat all this sweet kid stuff. Pasta, everybody. lots of pasta. Now, to me, 125 rubles for 450 grams of pasta seems like a good deal because it's imported, isn't it? So that seems absolutely fine. So, oh, we got gluten-free pasta. It's another problem I have with gluten, everybody. I try not to eat too much bread, pasta, and that kind of thing. I wasn't so difficult years ago, but things are catching up with me. Now, British people are absolutely obsessed with Heinz baked beans. So if you're in Russia and you've got a craving for baked beans, I don't know why you would, to be honest. I've never got it myself, but 185 rubles you get your can of Heinz baked beans. And here, everybody, we have the Harold Boulder fish again. Hello, my name is Harold. Nice to meet you. I like your shoes. How much for a full service? Now, everybody, a situation that I get in Russia where I do get angry is when I'm queuing, because I'm a quintessential Brit who respects queuing. So in Russia it's not quite like that, unfortunately. And I've almost got in a fight before at the delicatessen counter. I try not to come to this delicatessen counter, everybody, because I just turn up here usually and they totally ignore me. Or somebody comes along and pushes in front of me in the queue. But you can see they got loads of stuff here. Meat, chicken, plov, grilled vegetables, all sorts of salad. Russians love Ruski salad. I never go near the stuff because it's full of mayonnaise, which doesn't agree with me. And they absolutely love ukrop as well. They throw ukrop on everything. Lots of meats here. That's good. Sausages. Russian people love sausages too. Cheeses. Now I'm expecting that imported cheese is going to be very expensive at the moment, like French cheeses and whatnot. Again, I'm not eating much cheese. I do like mozzarella though. I don't have any problems with mozzarella. But yeah, I don't eat these hard cheeses or these bries or whatever. But I'm sure that's pretty expensive. These prices are all 100 grams, by the way. Now, everybody, I've noticed something very interesting in Russia. The prices of some imported products are actually cheaper than in the West. You would think it was the opposite with sanctions and everything. But I've noticed ketchup is cheap here, Heinz ketchup. Now, I told you, you have to be careful that the tickets line up with the product, but look at that. 115 rubles for 320 grams of Heinz ketchup, which I believe is significantly cheaper than in the UK. Last time I was in the UK, Heinz ketchup was getting very expensive. Look, they have big ones here. Half a kilo, 220 rubles. Squeezy ones. They got other Heinz ketchups here. Or not ketchup, Heinz sauces I should say. I mean, it's a much better range than the supermarkets I go to in the UK, I have to say. And oils. Now, you would think oil would be pretty cheap in this country. They've got, they make it domestically, I would say. So for a standard 1 litre bottle of oil, 135 rubles. I think that's pretty good these days. Olive oil, yeah, I would say that would be more expensive. They have to import it and it's in these heavy glass bottles a lot of the time. Oh, steak, Yeah, I haven't had great steak from the supermarket in Russia, I have to say. People recommend Miratorg steak to me, but when I've tasted it, tastes like an old boot, to be honest. But yeah, so as I said in previous videos, the Russians aren't really, they don't eat that much beef. They're mostly pork and chicken eaters, and that goes for a lot of Eastern Europe, I have to say. Now everybody, when the old trout behind me at the delicatessen counter doesn't serve me, I come to this fridge and just get something from here, so I don't have to deal with the indignity of shouting at her to serve me. Whoa, look at this, everybody. We got Gandhi beer. Well, it doesn't actually say Gandhi, it says Mahatma Ji. They're probably trying to be respectful to Gandhi because he's an Indian icon. But yeah. Now, I don't know who this guy is. Angela D. It looks like a bloke. I don't know why it says Angela, but these days, you never know. Colors of Venezuela. Interesting. Milkshake IPA with mango, strawberry and passion fruit. I don't want milk in my beer, for Christ's sake. What else they got here? So we've got the Gandhi beer. Poor old Gandhi. I think Gandhi would turn in his grave if he could see he's been immortalized on a beer can in a Russian supermarket. Who are these other blokes? Fridtjof N. Another milkshake IPA. I don't know what the hell they're talking about. All these trendy beers these days. Oh ho. They got Mother Teresa beer. Double chocolate stout. So there we go, everybody. Mother Teresa and Gandhi. So guys, there's good news and bad news. The bad news is that you're both dead, and the good news is you've got your own beer in Russia. How do you feel? Woohoo! So everybody, I need to be respectful when I'm talking about Gandhi, but I understand when he's younger, he did like a bit of a drink and a smoke. And I also recall that he had an English girlfriend or an English love interest or something like that. So he must have been desperate, maybe the alcohol. Every type of sausage under the sun. No Russians, they love a good sausage. They'll take a sausage any way they can, orally, anally. Now, I'm not a sausage lover myself, I have to say, but I have the occasional cheeky hot dog. Look at all this beer, everybody. Wow, that's cheap. This is what I'm telling you about, everybody. It says Paul Anna here, 80 rubles. You know it's not going to be 80 rubles. It's not the right ones. Here we go. Paul Anna, 260 rubles. That's more like it. Imagine you came here and you're like, wow, Paul Anna, 80 rubles, and you take a few of those to the cashier and they say, that'll be 1,000 rubles, please. But yeah, look, all this New Yorker. Any Americans know this beer? Have you ever heard of this? Some Czech beer here. These are the kind of domestic beers, cheap domestic beers. So let's try and find the cheapest one, shall we? We've got 60 rubles there for the Zhiguli beer, but it's not even half a litre. They're doing this sneaky things these days. They're reducing the size of beer cans, and they're also reducing the alcohol content to kind of cheat the inflation figures. So yeah, the 60 rubles, that's about 50 pence for a can of beer. Oh, cheaper one there, if you have the card. 53 rubles, there's about 40 pence. Budweiser. I think this is made, it's not imported Budweiser, it's made under license in Russia. But they've got no problems using their name in sanctioned Russia. I never had Fax. I've seen this Fax beer all my life and I never bought it. I think maybe it's Dutch. Now, non-alcoholic beer is becoming popular these days. Ciders. It's Chester's, yeah, it's alright, not too bad. This is where I'm expecting to see the biggest price increases in the wine section. Because obviously it's imported and it's also heavy to transport as well, because it's in glass bottles. Okay, that one's cheap, 329 rubles. It's probably Russian. Yeah, from Crimea, look, Klim. Martini's popular in this country. Russian girls drink it. Right, everybody, we're in the Russian aphrodisiac section now, the vodka aisle. And I'll probably have to cut the sound out here because there's loud music coming from the speaker. All right, look, every vodka under the sun, guys. Stolichnaya, half a litre, 359 rubles, 3 British pounds, Russian standard. I like this. Oh, I've had Russian standard silver and it's very good, but not the gold. But as you can see, and you can even just get a small bottle of vodka. This one is good, I've had this before. Tundra, less than 2 British pounds. Kremlin vodka. You can buy that as a gift for your Ukrainian friend, maybe. Beluga. Okay, so you can see it's a bit more expensive. This is considered some of the best vodka you can get. I never tried Beluga, to be honest. Siberian Express. So many types here. Look at that one. Very glitzy. Platinum limited edition. This is another good one. I like Zarska. This is a local St. Petersburg vodka. Got Peter the Great on there. He approves. Got some other funny drinks here. Don't know what that is. Oh look, they got bison grass vodka, like the Polish stuff. I don't know if it's actually Polish or... Oh, there we go. Product of Belarus. Interesting. Maybe I should try that someday. See if it's as good as the Polish stuff. We've got Garage here. It's a popular alco pop for Gotniks. Milk of Amnesia. Now on the other side, cognac is very popular in Russia, so they have lots of cognacs. Cognac heaven since 1911. Whiskey. All sorts of whiskey. A lot of them I've never heard of before. Not much of a drinker. I'm not much of a drinker these days, to be honest, everybody. And now 10 years ago was a different story because I was a big party guy when I was living in Ukraine. So I was drinking quite often, let's say. So everybody, this whole section down here is a lactose nightmare for me. I can feel my stomach turning already. Don't get me wrong, I would love to consume all this stuff, but I can't. Yeah, if I was to have some yogurt or something like that, then I'd be rushing to the toilets pretty quickly. But, like I said, everybody, I can have mozzarella. It seems not to give me any problems. So, cheapest mozzarella there, 100 rubles. It's got some Italian stuff there with no price on it. Now this is the local mozzarella, which is a lot cheaper. I don't know how it compares to the Italian stuff, to be honest. Now everybody, you might have been hearing in the news that Russia has a problem with eggs. They have a shortage of eggs and they're getting very expensive. In fact, Lukashenko and Putin were talking on some TV show, and Putin was joking to Lukashenko. He says, can we get some eggs from Belarus, please? So we're about to see if that is reality or fake news. 1, 2, 3. Ta-da! Look at all these eggs, everybody. Now, what I have noticed with the eggs, when I was last here in summer, the prices were lower. I went in some of these cheap supermarkets and I could see them as cheap as about 70 rubles for 10 for, you know, the small basic ones. But we can see here that the cheapest ones are now 115. So it would appear that they're getting more expensive. So Russians have been scrambling for eggs these days because the prices are no joke at the moment. Now everybody, you might think that 135 rubles for 10 eggs is pretty cheap, but let me tell you, if you're on a pension here in Russia, then it's clucking expensive. So the shelves are full of eggs here. At the moment, it's only morning at the moment, but by the end of the day, maybe they will have all been poached. Like I said, everybody, I have 3 to 4 eggs every single morning. I'm a big lad, so I need a good solid breakfast. I could say they're an extremely important part of my diet. Here's another thing that's not so cheap in Russia, everybody. Juices. So this cheap stuff is alright, like 110 rubles, but if you want the decent quality, but still concentrated juice, then you're looking at 165 rubles, which is quite a lot. The rich is considered some of the best stuff. That's almost 200 rubles. Mors, it's a very popular drink that I like in Russia, made from a variety of different fruits. Other kind of imported fruits, drinks there. Frozen food, everybody. Now in Russia they don't eat so much frozen food like Westerners do. I know in the UK a lot of people eat frozen food. They have it here, it's just not that popular. So they've got kotlety, pelmeni, vareniki, which is a Ukrainian version of pelmeni. Like all different types of pelmeni and vareniki. Fish, frozen fish. Fish fingers. Frozen veg chips. Yeah, again, people don't make frozen chips at home like Brits do. And here we have ice cream. Oh, I like those kind of ice creams where they got... Ah, that's another thing. Sometimes I can have ice cream, everybody, like those McDonald's cornets. I don't seem to have a problem with McDonald's plain vanilla ice cream. We're in the toiletries section, everybody, and look, they've got Axe shower gel under high security because they know that it's the Gopnik's favourite shower gel, and they'll come in here and start robbing it. Toothpaste. They don't have very much toothpaste here for some reason. I once made the mistake of buying Splat and I threw it in the bin afterwards. I got some kind of cheap Colgates. Cat food, washing powder. I like that you can buy little packets of washing powder like this. It's good for when you're traveling. Wow, what's this? I have no idea what that is. Stickers for drying. Maybe just to make your clothes smell nice. Cat food. Cheap enough, 20p per meal. Dog roll and tissues. I actually need some tissues. Got a bit of a snotty nose at the moment. Crisps or potato chips, as some of you would say. As we can see, pretty expensive. 220 rubles, wow. Mind you, it'd probably be more expensive in the UK. Lots of different water. Not going to bore you with talking about water. What have we got in the fridge? Let's have a look. Oh, energy drinks. Energy drinks seem really popular in Russia. You have to be, I think, 16 or 18 to buy them. But I often see young people having energy drinks. Gorilla, Volt, Eon Energy, Flash. Now we got some beers here. We've got more energy drinks over here. Look, Red Bull. So 185 rubles for a Red Bull. Okay everybody, fizzy drinks. We've got the Coca-Cola equivalent. Apparently Dobry Cola is actually Coca-Cola, the real thing, just under a different name. So you can still get your fix of Coke if you come to Russia. And then we got Cool Cola and stuff like that. I don't know, I haven't tried it myself. And now we have these kind of super sweet kind of kids drinks. So, like I said, they're not very diligent about lining up the price tickets with the product, so they got these little things to come and check the price. So let's see if it's right. 75 rubles this is supposed to be. Oh, you see it's wrong. Yeah, there we go, because you need the card to get it for 75. Right everybody, so that was our Krestorok supermarket video. Now as we can see, the prices have gone up quite a bit since I last made a supermarket video. So there is inflation in Russia, but it's not quite as bad as in the rest of Europe, because obviously Russia has an abundance of natural resources. So anyway guys, thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you found it useful. If you'd like to consider making a donation to help me out with this channel to continue to make videos, then please use one of the links, patreon.com or buy me a coffee. Now I'm going home because I'm feeling a bit sick now, so I'm just going to chill out in bed for a while. So yeah, see you in the next video. Take care of yourselves. Bye bye.